Hello, Beard Wizard family, beer enthusiast, friends, family, and everybody else. Welcome to day 2 of the 12 Days of Beermas, where we pit Germany versus the United States in a battle of the beers. Which one is better? Before we jump into the show, please subscribe. That is the biggest way to support this channel. There's other ways in the description, my books, the merch store, all that cool stuff. But really, getting us as close to that goal of 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year is the biggest way to help us. The algorithm punishes small streams. It's just natural. That's just how it works. But the more subscribers and likes and comments and all that, it helps out a great deal. So thank you to all of you who have subscribed, and thank you to those who are going to do it. Please just click that little red button. It doesn't cost you anything. Anyway, what is this? Well, last year and the year before, I did a Battle of the Beer Advent calendars. I'd gotten a Christmas Advent calendar, the German one from Kalia. I think it was Kalia. I buy it at Costco. And then one from the United States from a different brewery or a different state. This year, I could not find any Advent calendars. The only one I did find from Kalia was the 12 Days of Christmas box set. So we put together 12 US beers just randomly at a mix of 6. If you're not familiar with what that is, some of our liquor stores let you buy individual, probably broken case beers, put them together, take them all. So we put together 12 random micro brews from around the United States to pit against the 12 German beers, and we're on day 2. So we're going to talk about the beers. I'm going to taste them and tell you what I think. And yeah, I like to make this show a little educational. If you've never seen my beer reviews or my Battle of the Advent calendars, we start out by talking about which beers are here, about the breweries, and about the style of beers, and then we do our tasting. So up first from Falter Brewery out of Germany is their Export Hell, which is a standard Helles lager. I did not get the camera settings right, and that's very frustrating. This is a live show, boys and girls, if you didn't know that. And my camera's being goofy, so I'm going to change a quick setting real quick so it stops doing that. And continue on with the show. Falter is facing Anderson Valley's Blood Orange Gose. And I love that can. A bear with antlers in the mountains. Very pretty. Solar powered brewery. Anderson Valley is solar powered. Interesting. This is they call it an orange ale, but it's a blood orange Gose. There's not a whole lot. Family owned brewery, and it 4.2%. I don't think they put the on the German beers. I don't think they put the oh yeah, there it is, 5.3%. So both of them relatively light on the alcohol content. Now, a Helles, like I said, is a pretty standard lager. It's normally very light bodied. Well, this says full-bodied. I find it to be a very light beer, refreshing, easy to drink, smooth type of beer. It's a very standard German lager, and one of the more common ones when you do these kinds of things. A Gose, on the other hand, is a beer that's usually warm fermented. It's brewed with at least 50% of the grains being malted wheat, and the rest is barley, Pilsner malts, and other things. And then they use fruit syrups and spices like coriander and salt. So it's usually a fruited beer. It's also typically sour. A Gose, I would say, is like a lightish sour beer. They're not usually like, like an American sour is usually very, very sour. Often they seem to compete to see who can be the most sour beer. But a Gose should be relatively light as far as the sour goes. But it depends, because this is a Gose made in America. So it might be pretty sour. We'll see. And it's also blood orange. Now, oranges, if they use the peel or the zest, oranges can be very bitter. So we'll see. We'll see what that adds to the beer. I make a blood orange mead, which is really good because mead can be very sweet. But the blood orange tends to cut that down. So we'll see how it does in beer, which is typically bitter. So up first, Germany, in one of the steins from my collection. we're going to try this Helles lager. Actually, a little more bitter than I expected. It's still good. It's still very refreshing, but a little more bitter than I expected. It's pretty good though. I mean, I could definitely drink several of those for sure. A little palate cleanser there. Now the Gose you can see. Now the Helles is gonna, you can't obviously see it through the stein, but it's gonna be very clear, very light golden color. This is definitely hazy, and it's got an orange tint to it that you would expect from an orange beer made with oranges. Um, I was curious about the smell. It doesn't have much. I'm getting a little whiff of the citrus, but there's not much as far as the smell goes. Okay, it is sour. It's not really sour. It's not like overpowering. I do definitely taste the blood orange, but it's not bitter, which is good. It's so it doesn't. I'm not tasting orange peel. I'm tasting orange, and there's a distinct difference between the sour of orange juice and the bitterness of an orange peel. Um, it's actually surprisingly good. I don't mind this, as I typically don't lean towards sour beers. Um, but yeah, I don't mind that at all. I don't love it, and I probably could not drink more than one. I think while this is not my favorite Hellas either, we're kind of in a tough situation, almost like we were last, yeah, the not yesterday, day before, with day one, where I don't really love either one of them. But I think I could probably, I mean, I could drink more of the Hellas than I could of that blood orange. That blood orange was interesting. It's a good novelty. But I couldn't drink more than one. It's not something I could sit down and. It reminds me of a shandy. Actually, it reminds me a lot now that I'm have let it sit for a second in my mouth. It reminds me of like Kugel's lemon shandy, which I actually don't care for. It's too sweet for beer, for me, and that's what it's making me think of. So yeah, definitely going with the Falter Helles. Not my favorite Helles though. I've had many that are much better than this one. It's a little too bitter for me, but when comparing the two, this is really the one I would go with. So this is our winner for day two. Come back tomorrow for day three of Germany versus the U.S. 12 days of Beermas, and see who wins. I know I might be a little biased because I'm a little German, but honestly, few breweries make them like the Germans do. There's just little competition, but we'll see. Maybe we'll get surprised by tomorrow's installment. Thank you for being here. Let me know in the comments what you think if you've had these beers before. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And come back soon for a live stream. I might be streaming here in a little bit. I'm not sure what yet, and I may also be streaming tonight. I will see you guys all again soon. You have a great one. Much love.